So here's the story. One time, when I was in college, as college kids do, we decided to pull a prank. And, well, it wasn't my roommate, but it was a friend from across the hall who was a pretty good friend of mine. We decided that it would be a good time to prank some friends since our friends had left for the weekend and they were both roommates, and that left their room wide open as a target for a prank. Well, see, we thought about this long and hard, and by long and hard I mean for about 5 minutes. We were sitting in our room, my room, his room. I don't quite remember, but the gist of it is we had a lot of popcorn, and I mean a lot of popcorn, and we decided, hey, we should fill the room with popcorn. So about, 2 seconds after that, we decided that it would be a terrible idea to pop this popcorn, put it in the room, and have butter stain everything. So, buttered popcorn off the list. We couldn't use any of the popcorn we had. So we decided, no, we're going to continue on with this idea. We are going to continue on with this prank idea, and we will fill it to completion. So we went out to every grocery store in the city, and we bought as much popcorn kernels as we could. That turned out to be approximately 50 pounds of popcorn kernels. Well, 50 pounds of popcorn kernels translates into a lot of popcorn. Unfortunately, we didn't fill the entire room with popcorn, but the process was incredibly time-consuming. We had shifts because we had a limited amount of time. We only had one weekend to do this. So, we both started together. We got as many air-popping popcorn poppers as we could, and we started popping some popcorn. I think we ended up with 7 air poppers going at one time. Unfortunately, when you're using as much power as we did, it kind of blows a breaker. We had to look through the breaker room. Unfortunately, the breakers were not labeled. Shh, don't tell anybody. We just kind of had to guess. After trial and error for a little bit, we figured out which breaker it was, turned it off, decided that 7 popping popcorn. I said popping a lot, don't worry about it. We decided that 7 popcorn makers was too many. We went down to 6. We didn't blow a breaker after that. We strung in some extension cords to make sure that we wouldn't be on the same breaker with all these popcorn makers, and we went to town. So that was about 5 in the afternoon, 5 in the evening, depends on which way you see it, but we kept popping popcorn into the night. My friend, he stayed up pretty late popping the popcorn, and I got up fairly early and kept popping the popcorn. We had probably a 4-5 hour break in there, something around there, and we just popped popcorn into their room. It didn't stain, it was dry popcorn, and so we filled it about 2-3 feet high up to the bottom of their beds, and we filled their whole room to the bottoms of the beds. So after we had done this, it took about approximately 14 hours of continuous popping of this popcorn. And by the end of it, we decided that, hey, we gotta wait till these guys come back. We gotta sit in their room, and we have to film their reactions. So they came back, opened the door to their room, and there was just popcorn. They were kind of stunned, kind of questioning, why the heck is my room filled with popcorn? And yeah, it turned out pretty well. There was a lot of people there to see their reactions. There was a lot of people there to kind of poke them and rib them, be like, haha, your room got filled with popcorn. But it was a good time. Everybody kind of received it fairly well. And we did end up cleaning up the room, cleaning out the popcorn ourselves, because we're not jerks. It's a funny prank, but it's only funny if there's benefit mutually. So we just ended up cleaning up the popcorn, tossing in a bunch of garbage bags, swept it up, and the room was clean. But that room specifically, there were some popcorn kernels that we couldn't necessarily get to, we couldn't necessarily clean up. And a couple years later, we were still finding popcorn from that time in their room. That's my story of my college prank, filling someone's room with popcorn. It was a good time. College pranks are fun, as long as they're harmless, and nobody gets hurt. And I wrecked Alyssa's popcorn maker in the process. We didn't wreck it. We just melted it. Partially melted it. Don't worry about it. We got her a new one. Anyway, that's my story. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and tune in next time for stories from Robin's or Alyssa's life. I still don't know how to end this. Alyssa, please make it stop somewhere in there. Thank you, bye.